Um, I think we need to distinguish between two different groups of people. I think one group of people that Christina is talking about are originally here legally for sure, and maybe paperwork has gotten lapsed or something like that. And
Hmm.
that person, I believe, feel very free to say, "Hey, I need a little help with my paperwork to make sure it's okay." The other group we're talking about, well, maybe they're not here legally.
Hmm.
And that's when you start having, need the conversation with, well, what if this happens? What are we going to do? So I really think that's probably two separate
Okay.
groups. And the one is maybe, doesn't have to, well, I'm not going to say doesn't have to worry about it because you can still get picked up, even though maybe you shouldn't be, or maybe you get picked up for a technicality, and that could be a problem as well. So get your paperwork right for sure if you're here legally. If you're here illegally, you got a different problem and you really might just get swooped up. But I have to say, that is a tough thing because people who have come across the border and have set up lives here are used to, certain American ways and a certain income now that they probably can't recreate if they go back. So the choice may be, do I go back and live in not a great place, maybe a dangerous place, or do I stay here and try to ride it out? And I'm telling you, because I seen enough of this kind of thing. I know that ain't an easy answer.
I wonder about there are some employers that are not the nicest of people, so there are the bad actors out there that may also use this to not pay their employee as much if they know deep down. Do you see that, Christina, in anything where you really, when you say if you don't have a safe space, you better get out because that employer, if it's not a safe space, that might not be the best life.
Absolutely. I think if you were able to get your work authorization through a conventional lawful immigration pathway, you probably had some sort of interaction with the Department of Labor. Your employer probably had some sort of interaction with the Department of Labor and the Immigration Service to make sure that they're not um, taking advantage of non-citizen labor to cut down on expenses. Um, but if you didn't go through those channels to get work authorization, then, not to say that all employers are evil, but the temptation for an employer to underpay you because they don't have to pay payroll tax or to not give you insurance because you don't have a social security number anyway. All of those things happen regularly. And I can easily see how, and Ward, you might need to comment on
Yeah.
like what someone could do if they're in that vulnerable situation.